Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Hello, everybody. Today I'm interviewing Jana Lutz, top producing realtor with Coldwell Banker in Lakeland, Florida. Originally a native of the Minnesota area, she vacations in the Lakeland area, since the 1990s, and her love of Florida led her to move permanently in 2011, where Jana began her real estate career in Placida, Florida in early 2011. She was rewarded with the International Sterling Society Coldwell Banker 30 Under 30 National Award. Jana is focused on serving her many valued real estate customers as she assists the longest-serving real estate office in Lakeland, Coldwell Banker. Her top priority is going beyond the expected service to deliver an exceptional and fully satisfying one-stop, full-service real estate experience from home buyers and sellers. Jana has developed a unique marketing approach that sets her clients' properties apart from the rest. She employs cutting-edge photographers and videographers to showcase and highlight each listing she brings to her office. Her fresh approach and use of the proper application of technology, marketing, presentation, negotiation, and sales tools has benefited buyers and sellers as they navigate the sales process. Welcome, Jana. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you?
I'm awesome. So thank you very much again for taking the time. But before we jump in, could you tell us a bit more about yourself?
Yes, like you had mentioned, I'm originally from Minnesota, but I've been here in Florida for about 5 years now, and I have been doing real estate ever since I graduated high school.
Nice. Well, on that note, my question at this point would be if you always wanted to be in real estate or you stumbled into it, but since you said you started in high school, I guess that's always what you wanted to do.
Yes, actually, my cousin, who is older than me, he was very successful in real estate growing up. So I actually interned with him for a summer, and I knew that's what I wanted to do. So I graduated high school, moved to Florida, and got my license.
Well, that's what we call a role model, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Now let's talk about some of the personal attributes or traits you believe contributed to making you a success in this business.
Actually, one of the main traits or attributes would be hard work and determination, which I believe I developed at a young age from my parents who had me in there washing dishes at a restaurant starting at age 10. So they really put in the work ethic that is needed for real estate today.
So you basically learn from a young age, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Well, can you give some specific examples how this helped you?
Yes. Sometimes people tell you, well, as far as like in the real estate transaction, sometimes you run into things where they tell you that the file's not going through or it's not closing due to permit issues or what have you. But just the determination never to give up and to get those issues resolved and to ultimately close the deal for your clients, no matter what somebody's telling you.
There you go. That's a very good example. There's a lot of things in life. Success is one of them. There's no straight line to success. There are obviously ups and downs. Why don't you tell us a bit more about some of the major adversities or trials you had to overcome to achieve your goals?
Well, every transaction has its obstacles, and then our industry is forever changing, so we have new laws and new effects that go into play. So I would say never to stop learning, and the education is crucial for our industry. Nice.
One thing I like to ask successful entrepreneurs is how do you deal with major obstacles or failures, or, it happens in an entrepreneur's life, right? So how do you keep going when you really hit these walls?
Well, like you said, with doing so many sales, there's always those that are more difficult or that are more challenging. But just the excitement from a home buyer getting into their first home, that kind of rubs off on you and makes the others worth it.
I see. So you can think of the ones that went well and then just helps you move forward, right?
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
Awesome. Let's talk about your vision about your business, let's say in the next 5 years.
In the next 5 years, I am hoping to, or my vision for my business is to reach 170 clients and help them with the real estate transaction, whether that be sellers moving out of the area or snowbirds moving down, getting out of the cold, that are interested in buying in our area. But my goal is to reach 170 clients and help them with their transactions.
Great. Well, that's a clear vision. It's important. On that note, do you have any specific ways you feel you need to continue to market yourself?
Yes, we actually find that 95% of our home buyers, when they start their search for a home, they start online. So I think it's very crucial to have the online advertising, which Coldwell Banker is huge. We actually advertise on 725 plus websites for our sellers. So online advertising and exposure is huge. And then locally, the name recognition of people seeing your sign in the yard and getting used to the name and your business.
Good. Now let's go and take a step back and talk about your customers or your clients. There are a lot of misconceptions out there in working with a realtor. What, in your opinion, is one of the biggest misconceptions or myths people might have about working with a realtor?
Well, there's a few out there. One of them being that it's cheaper not to use a realtor if you're selling your home, which in our case, especially in our market today, we find that we can actually get more for the properties than the actual owner can, just because they are only marketing it to their neighbors and the people that drive by. And even advertising on Zillow and those other websites, you're not getting the exposure that you would listing with an agent who's out there full-time advertising your property.
Very interesting. Thank you for that. Hypothetically, if a family member that lives on the other side of the country was thinking about selling their home or wanted to buy a home, what advice would you give him?
I think it's very crucial, or they need to look for a company that can market their home online. If they're interested in selling it, they need to have somebody that can market it like no other company in that area, such as Coldwell Banker. Like I had already mentioned, we do the local advertising. We also do national advertising for our clients. So you want to make sure that you're one step ahead of the other companies in town by having that extra online exposure.
Good. Well, good answer. Listen, that was pretty fast and furious. I mean, it was exactly what I was looking for in terms of the information. So thank you very much for taking the time. What if our listeners wanted to learn more from you or get in touch with you?
If they are looking to get in touch with me, you can do that at janaknowslakeland.com, or on Facebook for Real Estate Insights, you can find me at Jana Lutz Realtor.
There you have it. Thank you so much once again for taking the time. This was very useful. So thanks again.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.